This downturn is very important. As we said earlier, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. On an 80-year new economy cycle that we document, 4 seasons, just like the seasons of our economy, once every 80 years, you get a shakeout or a depression that follows a growth boom, or what we can also call a bubble boom. If you go back to the early 1900s, we saw stock crashes and bubbles in tech stocks and stocks almost exactly like we're seeing today, almost exactly 80 years before. And of course, the last bubble peaked in 1929, and we had the biggest crash into the early 30s. So we see that similar sort of things happening. It's important to understand that unlike any other cycle, where some things go up and some things go down, this is a long-term crisis, not a short-term crisis. It will be a deflationary one, even though inflation will be the theme as we recover likely into 2009. When we finally trigger a collapse, it will be the implosion of the banking system like we've already seen beginning that will contract credit, contract money, and actually cause deflation. That means the prices of everything fall. Commodities, real estate, stocks, businesses, everything. The way to survive this is to sell unnecessary assets in your business, in your real estate, and certainly your stocks. As we get a rebound, don't sell them here in late 2008 with this crash. We've already seen the worst of that, may have already bottomed. If not, it's coming soon. Probably at the lowest, 7,200, 7,400 in Dow, or at best on October 10th, close to 8,000. Wait for stocks to rebound into 2009, probably around mid-2009, and then start selling. Wait for real estate to flatten out, maybe rebound in 2009, and then sell what you need to sell to get liquid. If you're thinking of selling your business, sell it in 2009. Otherwise, get lean and mean and look to gain market share in the downturn. So the people who are liquid, hold cash, and have good credit and cash flow are the ones that pick up all these bargains, a once-in-a-lifetime 80-year sale on financial assets. You'll never see this again. The people who don't see it coming will see their assets fall and not be able to take advantage and will be hurt very bad for many, many years. The people who see it coming, you can make more money holding cash while everything falls than you can even in normal investments. People are used to thinking, if I don't own a home, I don't have equity, I can't make money. If I don't own stocks, they go up. This is the one time in your life where you just need to hold cash, be patient. Everybody wants to buy real estate now. The real estate agent's saying it's like the 1990s and it's the time to buy. It's come down 10, 20, 30%. No, it's not the time to buy. The worst of the real estate crash will probably happen between 2011 and 13. The worst of the stock crash, the bottom, will happen between late 2010 to mid-2012 is our best estimates. We think the Dow could go to 3,800. That's the 1994 lows at worst, to 7,200 at best. That was the 2002 lows. If you're looking at your house and saying, what might it be worth? How far could it fall? We all know housing and real estate is extremely different from Dallas to Vancouver to New York to LA. Look at what your house was worth at best in the year 2000 when this bubble really took off, and at worst in 1996, the last time we saw a long kind of bottom and a slowdown in real estate. If you're in southern Florida, that's a lot. If you're in Dallas, Texas, that may only be 20, 30% drop. But that's what you have to look at. Be patient, wait, and you will be rewarded. And again, you're probably going to have to not listen to a lot of your relatives and even financial experts and stuff. Nobody's seen this before. And I'll just end with one thing. Right just presently, with this stock crash, and it's natural, 60% of Americans think we're about to head into another Great Depression. That happens to be the title of our next book. They're not likely to be right about that. In other words, it is going to happen, but remember, we get this reprieve first. I think by mid to late 2009 that people are going to think, we're coming out of this, the government did the right thing, things look okay. And our analogy, again, is that wall of water. Think that you're in Indonesia or Thailand on the beach a few years ago when that tsunami hit, and imagine that you're seeing the ocean recede, and all you know is something's wrong, but what you don't know is that you're about to get hit by a massive wall of water. That's what we're seeing here in 2008 and probably for months to come. We're seeing this crisis. It's very different. We know something's wrong. It's not like past crises we've had, but most people don't know that on a lag, we are going to see the worst downturns in our lifetimes. It is an opportunity, a huge opportunity if you see it coming. It's going to make housing affordable for your kids and grandkids. It's necessary. Bubbles must deflate. You can't prevent it. Nobody's ever stopped them once they build up. But if you're not prepared, it's going to be very, very painful. Thanks for listening.